Hello, hello. Ah, there we are. Hey, everybody. Sorry for that little bit of delay. 30 seconds later, but I finally got my headset going. And I got Maggie here with me, too.
Hello.
And we are here playing some Doki Doki today. Here we are. I'm gonna make sure I actually have the game selected, though. So, yeah, last time we played Doki Doki, the last time we played Doki Doki, we did 2 more days or just one more? I think we just did one more day.
One more day.
We did one more day, and we learned that we were working for the we're trying to get things ready to do the performance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we were practicing our readings. That's what it was. We were practicing in front of each other. And yeah, so this time we're hoping to get more everything happening. Let me just make sure that I get the display up. It should be what's heard here. There we are. Now you guys can hear the game. Sorry about that. So, yeah, we're just gonna pick up where we left off. Are you ready? Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't
Nope.
worry, I just walked in too.
That's mine.
Hmm?
That's mine.
That is you.
Don't worry, I just walked in too.
I walked in with myself. Good start, me. Practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. What? 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 Go ahead.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. I'm gonna put on my headset so I can't hear you. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion? Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Ah, I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food.
You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden.
Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty strange thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Eh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyways. Excuse me.
Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are.
Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her.
Hey, Sayori.
I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh?
You're spacing out again.
Ah! Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Please, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright. If you say so.
I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. Didn't, yesterday, we told her that we wanted to walk with her to school and everything, too?
Yeah, she's
Okay,
the one that I've been like picking the most correct
Yeah,
people.
that's what I'm saying. It's like you've been with her from the beginning, so it's kind of weird to see her acting this way. But the conversation has already disappeared, with everyone back at their dispersed. I can't English. With everyone back at their usual activities. I can't speak. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently.
Nervous.
Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Mags, what's up?
Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently?
Anything up with her? In what way do you mean?
Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today.
Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her, dropping a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the only one asking you, Max. You certainly know her a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now.
No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself.
Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone.
Are you sure? Maybe she's just having a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest.
Person of interest? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Mags.
Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion?
Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her.
What?
That's a weird word choice, yeah.
No way. Sarah is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been.
You're so funny, Mags. Have you thought of that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's how she is when she's around you? Ah, I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know, anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now.
Alright.
Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone! After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I knew it, everything was back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Aw, fuck, we still gotta do this.
Monica.
Monica. Hi, Mags. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Oh, is this the last day for this? I hope.
Yeah.
Being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people.
I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Sure.
I let Monica take the poem I'm holding with my hands. It's kind of funny.
How so?
No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other each day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time with her together lately, haven't you?
I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together.
I see. That reminds me. Oh, about how Sayori's been a little off today.
Yeah, did she tell you something?
Well, Mags, you haven't been flirting with her, have you?
Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do.
Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright?
Confused. I'm confused. What's going on?
That she's worried about her?
No, I'm confused why she's acting that way. Because she said, "Did you flirt with her?" And he was like, "No." So why would she act like that?
My only guess is, dating sim. Everyone's jealous of everyone else.
Oh, maybe. Alright.
Oh, how long is this? Oh! No! Here, do you want me to speed read it for you?
I don't care. I mean, I can read it. I don't care, but...
Okay. If you want to read it, all yours.
The lady who knows everything. An old tale of a lady... an old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Last adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the
twilight.
Twilt sky?
Twillet sky.
Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind.
I feel like learning and looking for answers that are sort of things that give me meaning. I just love how you just quickly just...
I can't breathe.
Not to get too philosophical or anything. Bleh. But it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
There's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures, says the two-dimensional creature.
What?
You weren't paying attention.
I was. It wasn't my turn.
No, I know what I'm saying. She said humans aren't two-dimensional creatures, and she's talking as a 2D person on the screen.
Oh. I was kidding.
I just find it ironic. I think you'd know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put too much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, I want to focus on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. Hi, Maggie. How are you?
Hi.
You had to hop in through to do that. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
All right, who's next?
Yuri.
Yuri. Yuri doesn't look too enthused about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now.
She always has sad words, and I go for the happy words. So
Well, now you don't have to worry about it.
why?
Because she said she doesn't want to talk to you.
Well, it's okay then. You know what?
You made it very clear you don't want to talk to her.
Two shy people are not easy to talk to.
That's actually a good point.
So
That's
maybe
actually a good point.
I'm shy. That's the first time I've seen my thing go to like almost the red.
Yeah, because I boosted yours up to like plus 20 DP because you're very quiet.
It went like really.
But notice how like I'm quiet I'm being, and I'm still louder than you.
So if you like scream, it's gonna go like off the.
Oh, it'll like cut me off.
You're done. You're done.
I need to show you the video. There was like a couple of parts where I'm just yelling and it just cuts out entirely. It's really funny. Right, Sayori Natsuki.
Okay, Natsuki.
I was about to say, she might actually have a poem for you.
I always go to say Natsuki. I always go to say Natsuki for some
Not Suki. It's not Suki.
Natsuki.
This one's alright.
Alright.
I should give more sass to her. Well, yeah. About as good as any yesterday's anyway. I like how immediately it's just instant sass. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit.
Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
Eh? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in the club has to make sure you're not slacking off.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
That's, it's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Uh-
It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Gah.
Natsuki's elbows connect with my stomach.
Oh, I got hit. It's more
Oh,
like
she
a
just
gut.
jabbed you in the stomach.
It's
Yeah.
more like a gut. You should have said that before I had to read it.
Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
Oh, I know. Look at that big old grin she has on her face.
I mean, she just punched you in the stomach. Of course,
She elbowed you in the stomach, technically.
it hurts the same way.
Don't worry, I was too.
Look how you looked
How
at me. I couldn't say anything.
I know, I just wanted to see your face. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was just funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point.
It's picking up on both.
It's because I'm loud. But when I look back at it on the stream, it only hears one. It doesn't
Okay.
echo. It's okay. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever happened.
I'll be your beach.
Yes, beach! Yes, beach!
I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left on you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand, wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips in mine. I'll be the beach that Sorry, it's putting me to sleep. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again.
Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nicer message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything about anything negative about the beach. The sand.
The sand gets everywhere. That's what I was just thinking about. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later?
Well, yeah, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and both of us write about it, or whatever.
I see.
I don't really have much to contribute here since I didn't actually read Yuri's poem. Ugh, can you really see her doing that too? Making us write about a simple topic, then try to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with that and with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Mags.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
There, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright?
Eh? Of course! Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today.
Do you want to take a nap? Do you want to nap or something?
No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? Oh, I did a thing! History. I only want to see smiles on your face.
Well, alright.
Hey, Max. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end...
Yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most.
Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else?
Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori?
No. Max. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier.
Sayori?
Glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this.
Sayori? I probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now.
Welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. By the way, good voice impression to Alex. Yes, Maggie didn't want to do... Well, actually, I wanted Maggie to take the role of the guy, so I ended up doing the roles of all four girls. So, thank you. And yes, each and every one of them have a unique voice. You're still up.
Tell me what will cheer you up.
Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles
I
and keeps shaking her head.
I just would like to point out, I didn't know I was a guy until I got playing it. I was like, what is
I
going
mean,
on?
I told you that it was a dating sim.
But I didn't know it was.
Girls.
Yeah.
I am a guy.
Yeah.
So of course I'm gonna
Oh,
pick a dating
I
sim
mean,
with
I
girls.
get that, but
So if I'm gonna show you something and it's a dating sim, it's more than likely.
I thought it was like interchangeable.
You know what? I'll get you a guy dating sim. There's a very funny one that I could show you. It's like gay dads. It's really good. It's really, really funny. But it's like you take the role of your dad's daughter, but like it's a dating sim
How does
between
that
your
have
dads.
anything to
You're
do
just
with
with
the
your dad, and your dad is trying to find other dads today. It's really, really funny.
But that's totally different with the movie.
I know, but you said a guy. It's a guy. It's a gay guy, but it's still a guy.
But it's not me the one. It's the.
You're playing as the daughter.
That's weird.
Anyways. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. This is interesting. Vaughn, please tell me you know what game I'm talking about. Like, you know what this is.
I've never heard of this.
I know you don't. You didn't hear about Doki Doki.
Is it like a PC game?
It is a PC game, yes.
Hmm.
It's nothing, Mags. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori?
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom.
Sure.
Humming to herself. She walks out of the classmate. That's very interesting. Okay, you three. I might know it while trying to refresh my memory because it's complete shit. Relatable, which is why I can't think of what it's called. I'm sure if you just look up dating game with gay dads, you'll probably find it.
How did you find it?
It was just a random video I saw on YouTube. I think I saw Markiplier play it.
It's like, yes, I need to play this.
I have never played it.
Oh, you never played it?
No, I've just watched other people play
I
it. It's
thought you
really
meant you
funny though.
played it.
No, no. You just want a guy? I'm like, We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Ugh. Stagnating air is common for foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. I didn't think about it. Dream Daddy! Yes, thank you, Vaughn! Dream Daddy!
In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
Ah, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Decency, go me. Oh, come on! What?
Decadent.
Decency.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Who?
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people?
Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine.
What did you say?
Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so
Rude.
let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. She don't want to say it in front of everybody. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we'll need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now, Natsuki's pouting too?
Geez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sarah enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? You should make banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at the desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Before I do that, Hunipop 1 and 2, Doki Doki, and now Dream Daddy. What the fuck else am I missing? Okay, Hunipop 1 and 2 I only talked to you about, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not letting Maggie play that. There's no way in hell I'm like gonna let Maggie play that.
What is that?
It's really weird at the end.
Okay.
It's really weird during the actual game too. It's Doki Doki, but way hornier, and there's puzzles.
Oh, I don't want puzzles.
Yeah, after today.
No puzzles.
Oh no, not for Maggie. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna make her play
I may
that.
look like a child, but I'm not really a child.
Okay, then we're playing Hunipop next time.
Puzzles. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Mags.
The one who is truly useless.
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that.
Ah. That's...
Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a little bit of help. A bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. Be prepared, Maggie puzzles are gonna be fun, and yeah, I won't spoil anything else. I'm not gonna spoil anything either, but I will tell you that we did a 3D puzzle before streaming today, and it took 2 hours for 40 pieces. It was a 43-piece stitch puzzle, and it took 2 hours.
Took a bit of time.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Hour 45 if we want to be specific, but 2 hours.
Yeah.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Max may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyways? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Mags to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? I'd be super already dealing with a 1,000-piece puzzle. Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Max to decide how he would like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Max, you okay with this, right?
I thought you said cheese when you said geez.
Cheese. Wisconsin.
No.
In the end, it's up to you.
Of course.
Very well.
Wait, what did I...
In that case, everyone look straight at me.
Oh, I thought she... Okay.
So, who are you going to go with? There's Natsuki, who's doing cupcakes, Yuri, who's working on decorations, Monica, who's working on pamphlets, and Sayori.
What's she doing?
She is also working on pamphlets, but of course she's at home right now.
There's a tie between two right now.
Which are?
Who do you think they are?
Probably Natsuki and Sayori.
Yeah. I like baking. But I kind of want to pick Sayori.
Just to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So who do you want to do? See, I told you got decisions now.
I think I'll pick Sayori.
Sayori.
She acts all weird around me, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and...
But Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay?
Wait, so now I'm picking one of them three?
Yes.
Natsuki.
Natsuki it is.
Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably be 2 people.
Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
I do like to.
Eh? You do actually really like to bake, yeah. It's just clicking with me. It's like, yeah, you do. You are a baker, huh? Just a minute ago, you were saying that... that's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it, after all.
You didn't talk to me today. That was not my fault.
Yeah, I was about to say, she literally is like, nah, I'm not going to talk to you about my poem. That's good. To be fair, you haven't been making poems about her either.
Listen, I'm making positive poems. She's doing negative stuff.
That's very true.
I did some of them.
Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a bit hard to not feel bad. It's like the game knows what you like to do. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is going to be awesome.
I don't think that really counts.
What about you, Max?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. And what about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not... I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might be just that.
I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help.
That doesn't mean... Ooh. Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. And that'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but... Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she tried to say something Sayori would say at this time. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. Sorry for being dumb. I'm gonna do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so... Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally said you'd gotten home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind.
Geez, good thing I stopped you. I'm gonna give you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything.
Why would I do that?
Natsuki gives me her number. Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring over the ingredients.
Wait, who agreed she could come to my house?
She did just now.
Wait. You're coming to my house?
Yeah, literally. Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
She's doing that so she can make Sayori jealous. Calling it. I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house.
Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me.
Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over.
Alright, bye by me.
Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you'd better look forward to it.
Oh? Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work?
Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like, in front of everyone, that I was looking forward to this.
Wait, really?
Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so...
Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday.
Ah! Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki is gonna come over to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred it to do it with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, but who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori feels about this?
Finds out
about this. Words are hard. It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monika said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. Already Sunday. Alright, it's time skipping.
What? Oh, time skipping.
Yeah, it just skipped to Sunday.
Can I have a drink of water?
Yes, you can. Daybreak. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna open up my Mountain Dew while you take your water.
Dew?
Hell yeah. I finished my water, so go to Mountain Dew. I drank Yeah, I drank 48 ounces of water today.
Don't want me to drink that.
Does it get you energized?
I get hyper from
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Also, I don't drink caffeine.
You also
so...
don't drink caffeine, yeah.
like,
Well, caffeine would give you the energy.
Exactly. Well, sometimes it gives me a headache and makes me sleepy, but
So you're flipping a coin.
yeah. Well, coffee does that.
It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We send each other we send each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She's also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me?
Wonder how it would have turned differently, like if I didn't pick ones that she liked, would she have still acted awkward?
Like, if you didn't like Sayori, or if
Yeah.
you didn't. Oh, I haven't tried that. I've
Wait,
played the game 2 times.
but you went for Natsuki, didn't you?
I did go for Natsuki, but I did see like how different things played out. Like it played differently, but not really.
Did you go for her both times?
I didn't necessarily go for a specific person.
Mm-hmm.
The second time, um, I don't know. I played very differently. I can explain like after we're done playing, like what I did differently, because there's still stuff you haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I can explain what I did differently the second time around, but the first time I just kind of did what you did, where I just honestly picked different things. So that's why like I never got anything for Yuri either.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a balance between like my favorite is Natsuki, but I ended up getting more like Sayori answers like you did. I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that it made it kind of a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her.
Got a big stuffed animal.
Big cow.
Sayori?
Hi, Max. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it?
Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. For messy, this isn't too bad. Like, okay, yeah, over here it looks a little bit, but like the rest of the room, not at all.
She just scratches out the calendar.
Yeah, just a little bit there. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. Yeah, wall decorations, the
That's what I
calendar.
was just about to say. There's one thing.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that?
Sayori had already left by the time we discussed the last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to help Monica today?
Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
So it's just me and Natsuki then?
Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point.
I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So,
Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Max.
Eh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings. If I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? Getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants us to torture me.
Sayori?
I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders.
What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it.
Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Max. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You really gotta make me say it, aren't you, Max? I guess I have no choice this time. Thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that?
Why do you think I'm late to
What?
school? Oh, oops.
You did that! You did it! Normally I do that! You do it now! Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a good reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? I go to school. Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy in caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone else happy. Without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. Can't even figure out how to respond. How's it possible that Sayori kept this from me that entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her?
Why, Sayori?
Eh?
Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do is tell me.
You don't understand at all, Max. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club. It feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, Mags. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way I couldn't understand. And now you come here and I made you hurt too. Just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Ah, Max.
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Max. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No. Don't do this to me. Please, don't do this. Max. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But all I want is for her to know that I care.
If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Max. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori let me go. As she does so, I let her go as well.
The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's going to be fun, right?
yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you?
Ah,
It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah?
Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day with here, I would.
Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun.
To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. Sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it.
Say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On my way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Spent only a few minutes back at my house, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Sup?
Hey.
I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Would you expect her to wear this?
Yeah.
100%. I think that's probably why I like her character. It's just very pink. Pink. I don't know. It's just a cute outfit.
Yeah.
Frilly skirt.
Uh-huh.
What were you gonna say?
I never really wore pink. I wore pink sometimes.
Every now and then.
I'm just more of a blue kind of person.
You are a blue person.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the light blue on you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes made the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Geez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyways, I'm coming in.
I see you brought a lot of stuff.
Natsuki's carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You brought everything I asked you to, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't have them at home. Good. Glad I can count on you to do your part.
Well, of course.
I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all?
Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
We're here. What? You're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me?
Nope.
Where's your hospitality, Mags?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman?
I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me.
Ugh. This is ridiculously heavy.
I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you.
I don't know why. She comes off as like ADHD gremlin child.
Okay.
She just has tons of energy despite how small she looks. And like you could see her arms, they're just very thin. You wouldn't expect her to lift a heavy bag. As you casually flex.
No, I wasn't. I was.
That was a stretch.
Yeah.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it?
I'm not small.
You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest.
Hey. Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much?
Eh? It's not that like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? I don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we gonna get started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you.
Aha.
What?
That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know. And just because I didn't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red.
Natsuki.
Jackie's losing it over here. Forget it. I didn't say anything. I should have... Oh, that's you.
It's my turn. I should apologize.
I want to talk. Eh?
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me on this one.
Gross. Maggie lost it.
Hey. Was that to me?
Who else?
Man. Let's just get started already.
You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Mags. Natsuki smiles deviously.
Please spare me.
Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no him fighting back. I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Hey, honey, there's a desk there. Are you okay?
Yeah. Hurt my knee.
Alright, I'm gonna hit a quick save on that. You alright though?
Yeah. I'm having a I can't sit still moment.
You could stand up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's a long wire. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about in every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki's babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Mags, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
Ah, you're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun?
I'm having fun.
I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each.
Ah, that does look pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just by looking at making everyone else's eyes lighten up.
Like the ones you made on my first day, huh?
I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too.
Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then.
Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there.
We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk in a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying?
Well, yeah. It's just take a little longer.
Geez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. English. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing.
Your icing? Eh. Aren't you forgetting who did all the work?
Start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next.
I'd like to see you try.
I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all of her might.
Ah!
The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face!
Whose fault is that?
There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. Tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this! Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face.
You wish.
I'm faster. I grab her wrist and with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Stop!
Not until you apologize for calling me gross.
Fine, fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that all the time, you know? Stop saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that.
Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either.
Take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking the icing. What?
Don't do that. I did not do that. Thank you very
Welcome to Dating Simulator.
No, I don't like her.
What?
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 She's cute.
Shut up.
Did you seriously just...
I'm worried about Sayori, not her.
That's very true. Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me.
I can't even figure out what just happened.
You licked
I
the icing off
understand
her
what
finger.
happened. I don't understand why.
Her face is entirely red. You made her embarrassed.
I made myself embarrassed.
In the real world, yes. In the game, nah. You own that shit.
No.
Mags, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them.
I don't really like you.
You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me? Just like that. How did the mood change and turn to this so quickly?
I.
Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Eh? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm
Oh
starts
my
going off.
gosh.
We left it in the oven. Natsuki rushes over to the oven.
Burn the dang cupcakes. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that?
You should have checked before turning the oven on.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki used an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now.
Yeah.
The tension from the moment earlier still lingers from over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcakes into the tray. I just see Maggie in the corner of my eye just like shaking her head disapprovingly of that last comment. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk to continue with the icing like nothing has ever happened. Ah, that smells so good! The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look! She proudly shows off all the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays.
Oh, look even better once we add the icing.
Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though.
We'll have to decorate cupcakes one day. That'd be cool.
That would be fun. We've made tons of cookies together.
I like decorating. I like decorating more than baking.
The actual baking part, yeah.
What's this one for?
I picked up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever.
Oh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually.
Eh?
Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It could be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like.
Ooh. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid.
Thanks.
But that's actually a really cute idea, so...
Maybe I'm getting it from you.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Maggie shakes her head in disapproval.
Come on. We're not at school, nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well... Natsuki's voice trails off. Maggie's losing it right now.
Shut up.
Say with you.
I'm stuck.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, I know, that's why I was fixing it. Eh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens the nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about it, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Ooh, I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we could have time for manga, but I really need to be home for dinner.
Already? That's a shame. No, it's not.
It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you always have this chance.
Man.
As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. Can't bring the cupcakes tomorrow. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you'll probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish we could listen to me. I wish she could listen to me the same way she listens to you.
Yeah.
I think again back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point, it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess.
Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki.
Eh?
What you said before about not always having this chance, it doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere.
Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression.
Yeah. I want to spend more time with you.
Mags, I thought you only cared about getting this done. Ooh. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me.
Wait, Natsuki.
I wish we had face cam on! Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clench at the sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breast against me. I felt it. For a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back.
Good.
Sayori!
Eh?
Ah! Hi, Mags.
Sayori? This... No, we weren't.
It's okay, Mags. I just stopped by to say hi. Ah. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll be seeing you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye.
Sayori? I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was really getting to me. Was really being mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki. And how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. that you've made such good friends. And that's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Mags? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Mags. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori? What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Max. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Max, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore.
Slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze my hand into my own. And squeeze her hand in my own.
Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me?
Wordlessly, Sayori nods.
Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know that what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you.
Options! Options! Options!
I mean, I think you know what I'm gonna pick.
My dearest friend. How do you feel about Sayori?
I'm gonna pick the top one.
What does it say?
It says I love you.
Oh, there you go. So you gotta fill the sentence though.
Sayori, I love you.
Put some actual effort into that.
Sayori, I love you.
See, if I'm Sayori.
Okay, but I love you.
The way you said that though did not sound like you loved me. Sayori, I love you.
I love you.
Better. Oh, there you go.
I love you.
If you were to tell me that for the first time exactly like that...
That's different.
No.
That's different.
That's your first time telling her that.
But I'm looking at her as a friend.
It's a dating sim.
But we went over this already.
Eh?
In real life, I would turn red and be like,
oh shit, she likes me.
I whisper and be like, those are my true feelings. But there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized this sooner. Yeah, before you freaking ate the frosting. But...
Oh man, this is gonna be a good stream to get clips out of.
But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side. Then I know we'll both be happy.
Max. Hey look, it's you.
Oh, it's definitely me. I look just like that.
Yeah, it looks very close to me actually, just slightly darker hair.
It's not curly enough.
That too. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tight around me. That's what I want, is long hair.
I like your hair.
but I like that
I
hair.
like your hair.
Mags, is this really okay?
Yeah.
I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. Yeah. I'd like to. Yeah.
You'll never have to let go of me again.
I love you too, Max.
It doesn't say to.
I love you, Max. I want to be with you forever. I missed it. No, I gotta just say this again. I want it to be sentimental.
Okay, I'm here.
I love you, Max. I want to be with you forever.
Me too.
There you go. See? That's what you should have said
See,
at the
if
first
I
time.
look at you, it's different.
That's what you should have done! I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now. Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Mags.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other.
So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best.
Hey, Max. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right?
Eh?
I don't really understand what Sayori means by that.
Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me.
Yeah. I do. That's my promise.
I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival.
Have a drink, water.
No.
Please?
It's alright, yeah. New day break. Get some drinks. Woo! What?
You just cracked every bone in your fingers.
Sorry, I just like that word choice. Every bone in your fingers. Oh, good. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. I think Vaughn fell asleep. N. Comma N. I think he fell asleep.
Sleep typing?
He's sleep typing. But Sayori isn't answering her phone.
I can't sleep type. It comes out like...
I can sleep type, I just never am able to hit send.
Oh, I can sleep type.
And hit send.
Yeah. Makes no sense, but I can do it.
I consider going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, funny enough, you could just say funny. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I could spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Max, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
So the festival's during school?
Yeah, I believe it takes place instead of school. So you
That,
won't have to read any poems today, I don't think. I can't remember.
well, don't we have to read our like thing we act out?
You're right.
That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be there by now. Here by now.
Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it.
Hmm.
So that's what I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder.
I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing that I'm not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because that it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Max. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kinda left her hanging this morning, you know?
Exchange? On okay, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president after all.
But
I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her all about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I really didn't plan on bringing it up with anyone yet.
geez, you don't know the full story at all, so
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
eh.
Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure.
I grabbed one of the pamphlets, laid out on the desk.
Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice.
What's this?
I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she's practiced. It's one that I haven't read before.
Oh geez. Do I have to read that?
I'm pretty sure you can understand what's saying.
Yeah. Just get out of my head. Get out of my head a bunch of times. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything you said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished, it just stops moving. Ah, what is this?
What is this?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it doesn't matter. It's your thoughts technically. Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Max, what's wrong?
Ah, nothing.
This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. More than that.
I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so
Ah, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out to me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little harder for Sayori. For Sayori? It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, or help her wake up. Even the simplest gesture of walking her to school makes me feel really happy.
makes her really happy.
Besides, what?
You read it wrong. It makes me feel really happy. It makes her really happy.
Makes her really happy. Did I not say that?
You said makes me really happy.
Makes her really happy. Fuck! Besides, in my eyes, I saw her, but I said me still. I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Theori's house and knock on the door. I didn't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in.
Sayori?
She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. This really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door.
Sayori? Wake up, dummy.
No response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. It's kind of a breachery of privacy. But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori that I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts kept telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Except, no. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 How many times do you say it?
Over?
Look closer. So, we're gonna... We're gonna... I see an annoying girl running towards me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know that kind of friend you see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But she's gonna chase me after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me.
I'm confused right now.
It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time that I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average and spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
Clubs.
There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Mags?
Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little...
What did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing about arguing about the budget and publicity on how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I'd personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club.
Literature?
That sounds kind of dull.
How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature could be about anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the classroom.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Max? Any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you can do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica?
Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Mags. You know that?
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of a school I rarely visit, being genuinely used for third-year classmates and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Max. All the words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
Well, no, I'm not.
Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki.
Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
So, I ran into Mags in a classroom and decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was gonna, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but it just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Max? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I have a seat next to Monica. So, I know you really didn't plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival so much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle.
You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the other teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Max, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well,
Considering how little I've read in the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that.
manga?
I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It's like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change.
What am I saying? I spoke without even thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile.
About you, Yuri.
Well, let's see. Yuri traces to the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up, she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once.
I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with The Rock. Aha! I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits you personally, and personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes you think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why that? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes stared over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki... that's you.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No. Natsuki averted her eyes. You wouldn't like them.
I'm not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share one of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri looked quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Uh, um... Ah! I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Mags?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
Eh? What's that? Now that we reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time.
Never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and
Lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... Sorry, I thought...
eh.
The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Mags. Thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself is pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls.
Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature.
One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Max?
Yeah. Fun, right?
Really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after this, I would be super pissed. Max, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Ah, thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over me once more. Max, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Hehe.
Yeah.
Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the other girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set.
I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the classroom and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll even have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it?
A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. For a dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere, and there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing and something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was that woke me up. I wonder who that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment.
Alright, we'll do this and then we'll call it.
I'm so confused. I don't like this anymore.
We'll do it after this.
Silly. Rose.
What?
Rose. Rain cloud. Anxiety, which is just giving me. Music.
La música.
Giggle. Destiny. Blanket. Spies. Question.
Is what you're doing a lot of.
Headphones.
Is what we're using.
Pickle.
I got nothing.
Judgment. Family. Marshmallow. Hair. Whisper. Clouds. Treasure. Vacation.
Main menu. I saved. It's there. So, Doki Doki, what are you thinking so far?
Don't like it.
Go ahead, explain what's on your head.
No, I don't like what happened. I don't understand it, and I kind of hate one of the members of the group now.
Who do you hate?
I don't like Monica. I have my reasons.
Say your reasons.
She's been talking to her,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't say what it was. I think she had to, I don't know.
Go ahead,
I
speak your
don't
mind.
know.
This is your time to speak.
I don't know what happened. Like, I'm so confused.
You saw it all
I
happen.
understand what happened, but I don't know what happened.
I promise you I'm not hiding anything from you.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, I don't know. I think Monica's comes off as a mean girl and I don't like her. I don't know what she said, but I don't like her.
But yeah, alright. So that's gonna be it for this stream of Doki Doki, just when things are getting good. So next week we will absolutely be able to finish it. I can tell you that as a fact. We will finish the game next week. I would love to keep going because we could probably finish it in an hour, but it's already 2 a.m.
I'm good. I don't like how this went.
I should have stopped before that happened, so that way all of this happened next week and it's just constant. Just, this is it, and now you're gonna regret it.
I'm gonna regret what?
Saying I love you. That's what said it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, look, I'm still here. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah. So that's gonna be it for this stream of Doki Doki. We are going to finish it next week. God, I hope. I'm pretty sure we're actually gonna finish though. So yeah. Thank you guys for checking out the stream and Vaughn for falling asleep to the stream. So yeah, we will see you guys next week with Doki Doki, but tomorrow with more Fortnite and Animal Crossing. See you guys then.
Yeah.